Hello, I am Mystic Michelle, your intuitive mystic reader, and I'm coming to you under the energy of the full moon, the Beaver moon of 2023. This moon has many, many names. I'm personally going to stick with the Beaver moon because that's just who I am. But it's the frost moon. This moon is like the marker, the official marker of frost coming in, and the time period that whatever you were doing to prepare for winter, you no longer have time to do. It is time to go inside. It is time to start that rest period for yourself. I've read a lot about the energies of what this specific moon, Beaver moon in 2023, actually represents, and it was really interesting for me to go back and look at all of this, because every sign, and you can go take a look. I didn't memorize what every sign was, but you can definitely look it up. It's pretty easy. But every sign has a specific kind of letting go that they need to do in this time period that this specific moon is marking. And as Libra, I was reading a couple different ones, and it was hilarious to me because in the last few weeks I have been thinking, oh, I need to create a different routine. I should write my daily routine down so that I don't forget it, so that I can start actually visually seeing what I want to do with my daily routine, to find more time to invite different activities that I've been letting fall to the wayside, because now that I sit at home and make content all day, I tend to get very lost in what time of day it is, what day of the week it is, I didn't even realize Thanksgiving was happening until it was like the day before. So it was really interesting to see that as I walked into this new moon and was approaching the full moon, as I was approaching the full moon, here I have this, and then I go and read these little things and about the needing to release at this time period, that what was Libra's, it was about routine and what routines and instilling a better routine. So if you don't think that you're connected to the moon and how things work, to the energies of that, just start going and looking at that stuff and thinking about what you've been doing the last couple of weeks and how that resonates with you. And if it doesn't, it doesn't, but it's just always kind of hilarious to me to see how that works out. So we've got this energy of this full moon coming in, and it is all about release. So as the full moon comes into its highest peak, we are full. So now we're going to spend this next gate period of the full moon, and what we're going to do as it continues into the dark moon is this letting go. So everything in this reading does not mean that you have to do it like now. Nothing can ever just happen like that. This is a period of time. You have time to ease yourself in, to look at what's happening in your life, to look at what this reading that is going to happen, to look at that and figure out what's going to work for you and in the time frame. As always, with any reading, you have the ability to accept this information or decide that it doesn't work for you. It's your life. We're just here to offer tools. is for the intention of the Beaver Moon of 2023. Merlin, the Moon, Sword 5, Cauldron, and the Stone Knight. Herb message for this full moon period. Hibiscus. This is for our healing focus for this full moon period. Discover your life's purpose. So the very first card in this full moon reading of the Beaver Moon 2023, we have Merlin coming in. Now Merlin is the holder of energy. It's a specific energy that is held. Merlin is the master of all of the hollows, which would be the cup, the spear, the sword, and the stone. Merlin is a being of balance, of the light and the dark. So for this card, this is a representation of who this reading is for. So this reading today under this full moon of 2023 is for any of us healers out there, any light workers, counselors, which I consider counselors in light work field. This message is for you. You know that my cards don't actually have an upside down. They don't have a reverse. So when anything comes in reverse, it's more of just an awareness. This doesn't mean any type of blockage. But the next card that comes in is the moon, and coming in upside down. So for me, that's representation of this time period that we're in, of this full moon energy, and what is to be brought forward in this time. Now, it coming in with this awareness of being upside down, for me, that is a letting go. It's that time to release the old versions so that you can have the new come in. Now, to clarify that a little bit, we've got all this energy that's been coming at us for some time, especially in the light worker field. We have all this energy that's been zooming and looming around us, preparing us for something. And so right now, this is a time period where we're having to look pretty intensely at what is happening around us, who is happening around us. Like, what are the patternings within your life that are no longer working at this time period? And if you're anything like me, this is something that has actually been coming up and building up over the last week or so as the full moon got closer. There's most definitely this need of revamping something in your life. And the full moon energy in this card specifically, this energy is this ability to turn the perspective of what you've been looking at with fresh eyes, using that newness and the fertility and the excitement of this moon, this energy of the full moon, to actually use that to propel you forward to looking at things in a way that you might not have looked at before. So a really good indication that there is a need for release is we've got this sword 5 coming in. So the sword 5 is in regards to this destruction, this feeling of defeat, the feeling of doubt and fear that has been clinging to you for so long. After all these energies that have been going on, this doubt and this fear, is time to burn that to the ground. There's this image of actually taking the moment to write everything down on a piece of paper, having a little ceremony, and actually burning that paper to help release that in a physical way out of your body. These feelings that you've been holding on to for so long, that were meant to keep you safe and keep you in place, to keep you in the pattern of every other being on this planet, it's time to let that go. So the next card we have coming in is the Cauldron. So this is the Mother Maiden Crone. But also this card is in a lot of regards to regeneration. So reclaiming, re-establishing those things that you know about yourself and taking ownership of those stories. So that magical being that you are, it's time to start owning that. It's time to start filling yourself up with the knowledge of how powerful you are. Whether that be having a daily reminder on your mirror, saying it to yourself every day, talking to friends and family, putting yourself out there more in a way that's a little scary sometimes. But this card is really about refinding and revamping, re-energizing, stepping out of old patterns and creating new patterns of thinking for yourself, about yourself. Why are you here? What are you doing? How are you doing it? How is what you are doing right now assisting you in the pathwork of being a light worker? How is that happening for you? And how are you supporting yourself in that? Do you have people around you that are supporting you? Do you have a supportive network? Do you see healers? Oftentimes, when we're in this state of needing to let go, healers often forget, as light workers, healers, we get so used to taking care of our own needs that when it's really time to burn stuff down and to get into the nitty-gritty of things, we forget that we can reach out to other healers. We can reach out to other people to assist us in how to move forward, or to help us move those energies out of our body when we're being stuck. And when we are at a point, a crossroads of some really deep work. The thing I hear often, the most is, I know I'm stuck. I know this is preventing me. I know there's a block, but I don't know what it is. But the truth is you actually do know what it is. Within your body, you do know. Subconsciously, it is in there. It's just that you yourself exploring it, it's such a touchy subject. Whether it be somebody who's really close to you and you don't necessarily want to lose them as a person in your life, this reevaluation of friendships, this reevaluation of people that you're working with, reevaluation of the family members you allow into your life, that is what this reading is about. That is what the energy of this reading is for the light workers out there. It's hard to make those calls for ourselves. It's hard to really take a look at somebody who has helped support us for so long and has gotten us to the point that we're at now, to decide that is no longer serving you anymore. And in all honesty, it's probably not serving them either. There becomes this time where we get so close to people, but we don't always have to stay around them forever. We get so attached to people in this codependency that when it's time to separate, instead of letting go, we hold on harder. And we do that with a lot of things, not just people. We do that with routines. We do that with jobs. We do that it's all part of complacency, to where we live, to the lifestyle that we're in. We hold on to this complacency because we feel the need to not step out of bounds, to not step out of our boundaries, because it's scary. It's scary to let go of people and realize that person's not going to be in your life. It's scary to start a new routine. It's scary to take that leap of faith into what you want to do. But if you don't, you cannot grow. Even a seed starts in the dark. And so when we get into the space of complacency, we end up not allowing our growth to happen. And sometimes we don't even realize we're in complacency because we've just become so comfortable in knowing what that misery is that we just keep letting it happen. And I keep saying we because this is also a reading for myself as well as a light worker in this time period, to know that these are the things we've got to look at. A lot of what I have going on is a need to create new routines for myself, to evaluate the friendships that I have and recognize the value in the people around me, and recognize the time that I offer to them. Not that it's a bad thing, but that I use to excuse myself out of doing the work that I need to do. So this reading is not only for you guys, but for me as a light worker myself. So the next card we have coming in is the Stone Knight. We've had this card appear before in one of the other readings. I can't remember which one, but recently this card has appeared before. And this is what we're trying to get to. This is where we're trying to become. This Stone Knight, they know their own peace. They are focused in on the work that they are trying to achieve, and they're happy to do it alone. In this time, this moon period time, this time of regeneration, where we're letting go, legitimately just burning things down that no longer needs to be in our lives. Now, don't go actually commit arson, but like, if you're writing it down, you can light it on a piece of paper outside safely. It's this need to let these things go. Keeping your head down and focus on the prize at hand. And that prize is your peace. That prize is your confidence. That prize is knowing where you stand. And so there's going to be an ask of you in this time period to achieve this. So it starts with recreating these patterns that you have instilled in your routine. This has a lot to do with becoming your own advocate. That's not even the right word, but the person who is making sure that you are staying on track, making sure that you are following the things that you need to do, which comes into play with that reevaluation of the people around you. It's not that you have to let people go completely, but just look at the time that you're offering to people. And is that causing you burnout? Is that making it so that you can't do the things that you're supposed to do because, oh, I don't know, perhaps you're using everyone else as a reason to not do your own healing, because all these other people need help. So figuring out what those patterns are, that is very important. Figuring out what that routine is that needs to be changed. Figuring out how can you choose what's good for you. So our herbal message for this time period of the full moon, we have hibiscus. Hibiscus offers joy. Now, in my practice of herbalism, I often use hibiscus for ancestor work. And in me, what I hear is, how can we not be joyous when we're surrounded by our ancestors? This is... There is this overwhelming feeling, and it's been coming up a lot lately for people around us, is to remember that your ancestors, your guides, those people around you that have been holding you up and holding you in place and holding you in power, you didn't force them to come to you. You called and they came willingly. And so it is now time for you to to accept the help that you asked for with joyous enthusiasm. You asked for this help. You wanted this help. You knew you needed this help. But these things that you've been allowing to get in your way, this fear, this doubt, this unmanageable time, this burnout that you've been giving yourself, we're wiping that out. Let it go and bring the joy of the ancestors into you. So another thing about hibiscus is considered one of the bitters. And so what this does when you drink hibiscus is it actually makes you salivate in your mouth, which kickstarts your liver to start producing the mucus that it needs to help break down food, so it can help move and clear things out of the way. So in my brain, what I'm hearing is this using the ancestors as the kickstart to help moving those thoughts that you have in your brain that are just keep circling with doubt, using their strength, using them as a kickstarter to know that they're here rooting for you, to know that they're here for you to help start that process. And you started that process when you asked for them to come forward. And so they're just kind of waiting. What do we do now? In joyous celebration, they want to help you. And lastly, the healing that we're going to be focusing on for this full moon, oh, this is a gorgeous card, is the discover your life's purpose. Now in this card, we've got someone who's playing the fiddle, someone who's listening, and then in the mist of the waters behind, there's actually a figure, and I'm going to say it's an ancestor, that's standing behind them. I almost feel like a muse. This is a great period time for you to actually start looking. If you haven't started your light worker journey and you're just like trying to dip your toes in, right now is a time, like we said, to stick your head down, figure out exactly what you're supposed to be doing. And even if you have started your journey, even if you are already currently on that light working path, your life's purpose and the things and the people that this reading is going out to is for those who are doubting it. For those who are choosing not to do things because I'm going to say it like this, because it doesn't seem like you're special enough, doesn't seem like you're qualified enough, doesn't seem like you've got the supplies like everyone else does. Everybody who is a light worker has an audience, has clients, has people that they're here to help. Now these people can be all over the internet. These people can be your close friends. These people, but it is time to figure out how you are going to start getting your message out to everybody. It's time to start figuring out how your life's purpose is your life. Not just something you do on the side. Not just something that, I'm gonna sneak it in here right now and do this, and then I'm gonna hop out. How are you going to make your presence in this world continuously being someone who serves the light? I do hope that this reading offers you some clarity or some insight for what this energy of the full moon is to bring for you. And if anything less, maybe just some perspective to take a look at in this time period between the full moon and the dark moon. The next reading that I'll have come out will be the dark moon in December. And if you are interested in any type of personalized reading or any of my other healing services that I offer, go ahead and check out my website, www.mysticwisdomhealing.com, and you'll find out all the different things in detail of what I do. But until we meet again, happy healing.